Hello, fantasy friends and foes. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasygate Recap. I'm your Commissioner, St. Sheldon, coming to you from Fantasygate headquarters. Week 10 is in the books. Week 11 is now underway. I would like to say something briefly about the condition of the league. It is very exciting. Only 3 of our 12 teams have been eliminated from playoff contention, and 0 playoff spots are yet to be locked up and guaranteed. 3 teams are at 5-5, one of which would actually be in the playoffs today. Playoffs don't start today. The next 3 weeks are bound to be down and dirty. Speaking of down and dirty, rickety poker table. How would you like to play cards on a surface in which your chips are certain to fall on the floor? Pick yourself up a rickety poker table. Okay, let's go. We begin this week with what was a close and relatively high-scoring edition of the Toilet Bowl between the Fantasy Knights and Runnin' Hyde Bitches. Carlos Hyde is playing for the wrong side. Bye weeks don't matter. Hyde wasn't the only non-factor for Squirrel. 4 or 5 position players scored under 10, and P. Rivers washed away. Not much better outing for the other side. Steady Eddie Bitches were all bad, but for Derrick Henry, whose 35 points factored huge in their 10-point win. Next on tap was one of this week's big blowouts. Old first-place team Elway's Way versus new first-place team Yukon Goff. 126 is a pretty good number league-wide. Wasn't fantastic for this week's golfers, who would have scored a lot more if not for a stacking stinker. 3 points total from the eponymous QB and his wide receiver Cooper Kupp. All systems go everywhere else, and all systems burn out for Elway, who scored less than half the winners total behind across-the-board duds. Moving on to a close match then between yours truly and cohabited, the ever-efficacious shitty piece of poop. Neither team managed to score a great deal until Dak the Cack opened up on Sunday night, giving the Saintly Ones 36-point lead going into Monday night. It would be Tyrone Lockett trying to hold the gates against 2 poopster starters, Russell Wilson and Tevin Coleman. Game flow was crappy. It got tight, but Wilson couldn't find one more not locketed up TD to put them over. Back to blowouts then. Feeling dangerous. First and goal. Much to everyone's surprise, it's Danger Gang pounding on the fast-fading firsters. Started early with Matt Stafford's broken back. Sensing trouble, schizo-pulster Dan Jones had a huge rather than hugely bad week. Speaking of the New York Giants, first and goal had a horse in that game too. First pick Barkley, who's been hobbled for what seems like ever. Still riding Eckler to decent points, but nobody else. Firsters post their season low 57, feeling the danger from a new contender in their division. The last close contest was also the Sterling Standard for the week. High-scoring affair between OBJ, YN, and Elementary, my dear Watson. Lamar Jackson and Preston went on to stack with tight end Mark Andrews for 2 scores. Opie's up big early. Never fear, Elementarians. Mel Gordon is surely here. Another big week for him. And the simple subs were the story. Watson got 40 from bye week jabronis Josh Allen and a galloping Dallas wide receiver. 20-point lead plus Chris Carson versus San Francisco D on Monday night. Defense did show up for Obi-Wan's, but Carson got his as well. Watson on a 4-game tear. And finally, the shocker, the easy-weasy, I've got the heebie-jeebies comeback performance of the year. Bruce Don't Call Me Leroy scoring the week's high points in their match with Yohan Candid Kamara. This autopilot team filled another position donut. They're 7th so far this season, but the return of Patrick Mahomes and his jump pass paired like fine kung fu wine with a breakout performance by Charlie Kirk. Opposing lineup was candidly pedestrian to disappointing and crossed slowly into a final tally of 84. Big blowout win to break the 6-game skid for Kung Fu Master. I didn't quite get it in and under, but I'm going to cut it, ship it, and as Ween or someone once said, sell it to the butcher in the store. Anyway, until next week, friends, bite me.